it's a quick turnaround for sure. I'm excited to jump right in, get right after it. I think it makes the transition a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think getting into a game right away is probably the best way to kind of get to know the guys a little bit and try and wear off the new as quickly as possible and just kind of get into the flow of things, get into a rhythm.
Travel was easy for me. Took a drive this morning, but yeah, for sure getting into it right away is great. Just kind of get the rust off a bit and get back at it.
A lot of what Drury has talked about this season is having individual roles. Just what do each of you imagine being your individual role here?
Just good defense, it's kind of what I've been doing my whole career. So, yeah, strong defensively and get the pucks in the forwards' hands as quick as I can.
Probably a little bit of everything for me. I think versatility is kind of my biggest thing. So being able to play center wing, kind of up and down the lineup, contributing both special teams. So I guess kind of wherever Turk sees fit.
Yeah, normally a bit fun to roll in the PK. We'll see if we get that same opportunity here. Just try to play good hard minutes, get down on forward checks, use my speed, try and make my line mates' nights a little bit easier.
Starting with Tyler, could you give me a reaction when you heard you were being traded to the New York Rangers?
I was excited first off. It's a weird moment, obviously, leaving the city you've been in for a few years. It felt a little bit like home, but you get excited for an opportunity, you get excited to play meaningful games here down the stretch and make a run with these guys. Like you said, excited to get right into it right away, and it makes that transition a little bit easier, but definitely excitement.
Andrew?
Yeah, it was weird. A little overwhelming, definitely for a bit. Obviously, going back with Motte and playing at Michigan U.S. program, having him and Troops, guys that I basically consider brothers that are here, make that transition a lot easier. But that's fine. But like Motte said, kind of been in a place for 7 years. It was tough saying goodbye to some people yesterday. So, but like I said earlier, I think getting into it right away is kind of the best way to go.
Yeah, I was excited. I didn't really know where I was going to end up, and when you hear New York Rangers and coming here and a big city, playing meaningful games again is exciting. I can't wait for it.
Justin, can you play on the left side?
I play wherever they need me.
But is that something that you've done?
Not primarily. Thankfully, I've had left partners most of my career, but every now and again you get put out with a guy. The only time it really is a little different is I feel like the ozone blue line. When you go a little high for the one timer, it's not really there on the left side. But usually when you're going back for pucks, you end up on the wrong side anyway. So, D zone's pretty similar.
Andrew and Tyler, is there like a group chat that you guys hadn't blown up right around 3 o'clock yesterday? I mean, you just kind of feel like it feels like a little bit like fate almost to be back with Jacob and even Frankie, who maybe a little bit from before.
Yeah, I think it was interesting as the day wore on yesterday. It was quiet for a long time, and we started touching base a little bit more, just figuring out what we were hearing and what the possibilities might be like. And I think the closer we got, the more likely it was that it might be end up together here. Knowing those guys definitely makes it easier, but yeah, it's fun. As Copper said, it's nice to see some friendly faces coming in, and takes you back a little bit to our time at school and growing up with Frank and Troops being older than me at the program with Copper, and yeah, it's just kind of surreal.
Justin, I mean, they're coming from the West, which is a little bit different for you. Is there a familiarity for you? Is this maybe a little bit of an easier transition? Because, like you said, it's a new team, a new city, but it's just right up turnpike from where you were, and it's the same division.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of the same teams we've been seeing for the last few years, so that is a little bit easier transition. Where you're going to stay, kind of, the ranks, most of the situations, but yeah, it's still the new guys. It's going to be a little different on that end, so, but yeah, I think it's probably a little bit easier.
Especially of 2 games against Philly.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, right? I think next week, so it'll be different going back to the other side again.
Got any scores to settle down there?
No, good group over there.
Andrew, I would imagine you have some familiarity with the Rangers, being in Philly. What about you guys? Like, what do you know about this team, being from where you're coming from?
Well, True's in my ear all the time, so I feel like I know a good amount. I guess first off, Shesterkin's playing really good hockey. Power play's been lethal. Penalty kill's been great. Seems like they've been able to find contributions pretty much up and down the lineup. So really trying not to change much. Just trying to hopefully add a little something here and there, and just kind of blend in with the way the group's playing right now.
Andrew, you and Jacob have been together since you were, what, 12, 13 years old?
Yeah.
You just kind of sit back and laugh? Do you guys just handshake each other, it seems?
Yeah, it's 10 years old. The last 3 years were the first years without each other, so I mean, he takes credit for me being in the NHL to begin with, so now it's like I'm following him around. So, no, it'll be awesome though. Obviously, really close friends, stood in his wedding last year, so it'll be fun to spend some time together again.
Andrew, in the last few weeks, did it become increasingly clear to you that a trade was likely? Like, what was that whole situation for you like leading up to this, and at what point did you sort of get excited about the possibilities?
Yeah, I think anytime, some of the teams that were rumored, to be interested were, top of the NHL team, so that makes you excited, and obviously the familiar face of Jacob and, a couple other guys on some other teams that could have made the transition a lot easier, but yeah, it was kind of ups and downs in Winnipeg with the way our season was going. We kind of, win 2, lose 2, and the ebbs and flows kind of made you, it's hard to say even keeled, I guess. It's like one day we're out of the playoffs, it's like one day, okay, we're going to be buyers at the deadline. So I think kind of towards the end, I knew I was going to get moved. It was just kind of a matter of where.
And the versatility that you talk about, is that something that you've always kind of had, or has that developed more in your game? Like, do you feel like you're still ascending in that way in a lot of ways?
I think it's, I've tried to always be as complete of a player as possible. I think that's always kind of been my calling card, but I think, the ability to move up the lineup and contribute more offensively is continue to trend upward, and hopefully, me as a player continue to trend upwards as well.